Hey everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to my interview with Mo. Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Oh no, of course. Thank you so much for joining me. I mean, how are you doing over there? How's your day been so far?
It's been good. Today I flew from Copenhagen to London, so I'm just getting settled, and it's really nice to be in London again.
What is initially bringing you over to London? Are you just filming a couple of new things? Of course, with the forthcoming record coming out, I assume you're just all over the place doing things.
Yeah, I'm preparing for the album release, but so I'm here to shoot a music video for the song New Moon. So yeah, that's why.
Well, as I had mentioned, you are so close to releasing your newest album, Motor Drum. So, kind of run me through all of these emotions that you must be feeling right now. Because I know some artists just are complete nervous wrecks, and others just can't wait to finally let everyone listen to these tunes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely a mix of both. Like I'm super excited, but I'm also very just anxious, nervous, all that. But I feel really I'm very happy about this album. So it's one of those things where it's like, of course it sucks to get bad reviews and like I'm gonna be sad if people don't like it, but I myself like it a lot. So
That's
I'm just
important.
yeah. So that's good. So I'm just excited, and I'm feeling lucky that I actually got to finish an album and can put it out now. So that's good.
Right, I can only imagine that anticipation of sitting on these songs that you love so
Oh
much and
yeah.
having to wait. Like there's that date in mind. Sometimes it's 2 years ahead of knowing it. So has that been driving you a little bit crazy as well?
A little bit, and especially in these, pandemic times, because it's like there's so much sitting around and waiting and overthinking. Because usually when you're on the road and stuff, you can be like, yeah, sure, like just on to the next thing or whatever. But in this case, it's just like kind of like you just like,
Ah.
when kind of sitting and waiting. And you're right, because when writing an album, like you finish it, and then like very often it's like 6 months until it comes out and stuff. So
Yeah.
so, but yeah, it's soon. It's like 2 weeks, so I'm like, yeah,
Home
yeah,
stretch.
yeah, yeah, so close.
When it comes to the songs from the release, there is a single from the record I am really vibing with, and that one's Brad Pitt. It has such a sweet groove, and lyrically, it's just so romantic, a little cheeky. So I
Yeah.
was curious. I tried to find it, but I couldn't. Out of all kind of celebrity couples, why did you decide to focus and connect and kind of overall just pick that choice of the whole Brad Pitt connection?
I think it's because I was as a kid, like, and still like I was I've always been like such a fan of Juliette Lewis and like crushing so hard on Brad Pitt when I was younger. So I just thought they were like the hottest couple. I'm obsessed with both of them. And I also just, I know this is maybe gonna sound a bit vague, but like also just I think the name Brad Pitt was such like I just thought it would be such a good title. And then the whole thematics of like you can be the star of your own life, you don't need to be Brad Pitt, but like to have that be kind of like the theme of the song, but then making it into this love song contribute to Juliette Lewis and Brad Pitt. I just loved that whole concept, I guess.
And the beauty of it too is what went hand in hand with the release was the video for that song, kind of getting
Yeah,
into character, being in that
yeah.
moody nightclub vampire vibe. So you just
Yes,
looked like you'd had
loving
so
it.
much
That's my
fun.
favorite vibes. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, kind of take us behind the scenes a little bit. What was it like getting into character and being able to perform that way?
I mean, it was we shot it on Halloween night, and I love Halloween. It's like my favorite holiday. And because I had this song, we were just like, let's dress me up as Brad Pitt and go on a Halloween, party pub crawl, I guess.
Yeah.
So that was sort of just the concept, and then we just went for it, and I did it with a bunch of friends, so we just had so much fun doing it. So yeah, it was a real joy.
You had mentioned there how much you love Halloween, and knowing that now, it makes sense why you enjoyed
Yeah,
the overall filming so much. And when you
yeah.
think back to a lot of the costumes that you've done in the past, do you have any favorites that stand out for you?
Um, I mean, I really loved when I was dressed as Ellen. I actually don't remember Ellen from Kill Bill. The woman
Yeah.
with, yeah. I liked that one. I thought that was really like from top to toe really good. But I think the Brad Pitt one, I mean, that kind of like it
That was
takes
top
the
notch.
front light because I was like, I had my friend make me over, so I was a little
Oh.
bit more pro, I guess.
And just going from one celebrity name to another, I was curious if you could kind of have any celebrity be a guest in an upcoming music video, which would that be? Or would you kind of have that whole Brad Pitt idea, go another route? Where would you take it?
Wait, what? If what?
If you
What
could
the-
have any celebrity be featured in one of your videos.
Oh, right. Oh, God, well, I mean, I'm the biggest fan of Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth. Like, I just think
Awesome.
she's the biggest icon like in the world. And so, look, just if I could have her in a video like playing bass, then I would just die because like my life would be complete if
Oh,
that happened. So yeah, that's my answer.
it's a good name. But I came across something which kind of mentioned how going from Forever Neverland to Mortardrome, it was somewhat of an interesting transition with lots of changes for you. So when
Yeah.
did you kind of start to realize that you had that inspiration once again and all the creativity you had was ready to go finally?
Yeah. I mean, I think it was, after many years of just constantly touring and working and writing songs and being in sessions, I could feel that I was really just like mentally and physically drained. And like, I sort of like came to a point of like burnout. And I think when taking that break, I mean, at first it was obviously really hard because it was such a drastic change and like going like all these things that I needed to sort out. But that was also when like they say it is like when in grief that the flower blossom, and I really feel like hitting that sort of like ground zero and having to build myself up a bit again, like that really made the inspiration really like run through me. So it was tough, but it was really good and helpful for my personal growth, as a person but also as an artist.
Right. I feel like sometimes when we're in such harsh and difficult situations, when you can kind of find those silver linings, it can be the most beautiful thing ever
Oh
to come
yeah.
out of it. And something I know you also discovered during that whole process of rediscovering yourself is something that I did too over the last year. And it's to take no disrespect and just simply no bullshit from people.
Yeah.
So, how empowering was that new outlook for you?
I mean, yeah, because like it's one of those things. Like for so many years, I've always been like scared of conflict and scared of
Mhm.
putting up boundaries. Like I always thought, like, oh, to be a good boss is to be like just always like flexible and like and all these kind of things. But I realized I'm trying to please everybody around me, but I'm not pleasing myself at all. And actually, what happens is you get further away from yourself, and like that's
Mhm.
not a good place to be. So I think it was just starting to practicing really setting boundaries and to be in awkward situations, because and like being in situations that aren't necessarily nice because you disagree with someone. But I also found out that it's really not dangerous. And for so many years I've been just like kind of like avoiding conflict and avoiding to make people like upset or not happy. And I find now that actually it's I'm not saying that you should all like that I'm just
Of course.
trying to be a bitch all the time, but just but it's just that thing about like just really being honest. Like it's not dangerous. It won't hurt you to be in an awkward situation.
Yeah,
And
there's
that's
like
been
you said,
empowering.
there's a difference between that side of the scale of being a bitch and then the other side where you're just being unapologetically yourself, but still taking
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
consideration other people.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You get it completely. Yes.
Something I saw you've been doing a lot more of lately is actually crocheting, and you've been giving
Yeah.
these really cute
Yeah.
berets away to
I'm
fans.
like doing it
I
all
love
the
how you have
time.
it right there.
Yeah. I'm like literally doing it all the time.
So cool. Is that something that you picked up during quarantine, or is that something you've kind of had in your repertoire? It is. Okay.
No, I did. I think no, I actually because I think that year when I sort of started taking the break, I still had a couple of tours, and I was just like at the time I was like because I was really just again emotionally drained and stuff. And then my mom taught me how to crochet, and that really helped me put my nerves at rest. So that was actually when I started. But then during quarantine, my skills have developed. I've become better at crocheting.
What would you say is the coolest thing that you've crocheted so far?
I gotta say, to be honest, it's a boring answer because I've actually just been like starting making my own merch. So it's like these beret hats. So
Mhm.
and that's all I'm doing, to be honest. So
Well, they look
Yeah.
super cute. As soon as I saw the photograph of you on the floor with everything, I just thought that is such a cool thing to do. Like, how it doesn't get more personal than that, really.
No, it's a really fun project. I really enjoy it.
Well, the last thing that I wanted to ask you about today kind of circles back to the first time I spoke with you a mere 5-ish years ago. When I had you on my show, we were talking about tattoos and you were just so passionate about it. So I wanted to ask, what's the last tattoo that you actually had done?
The last tattoo I got was this one. If you can see it.
Mhm.
It's just kind of like because I had a tattoo that I didn't like, and then I got like it was kind of like a
The
paint
cover
straw.
up and mhm.
Yeah, the cover up like a paint straw. And then I'm also really I mean I guess I can't really show you right now, but like on my thigh I got like a big like kind of like snake,
Very
which I think
cool.
is really
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, it doesn't get more badass than just a gigantic snake.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, it was kind of like again transitioning and like snake, simple, blah blah blah. So I was just like, oof, feeling it,
Love that. I love it. Well, Mo, I want to say thank you so much for hopping on here, for taking the time and just catching up. You're so lovely. And I know myself, along
Oh,
with all your other fans, cannot wait for this record. So thank you a ton.
oh, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Of course, to everyone watching, this has been the fantastic Mo. Be sure to check out aliciatoot.com for plenty more exclusive interviews and features. And we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.